Hello and welcome to the Why Fucking Not podcast, previously known as the Why the Fuck Not podcast, but now we've changed it. So
special shout out to Jonathan Mallard of the Odd to Newfoundland podcast for helping us come up with our new name, because we kind of hit a wall with our old name. We didn't realize that we were stealing somebody else's podcast name. So original Why the Fuck Not podcast, we're sorry. We didn't do our due diligence ahead of time. And now our name has changed. we just didn't finish it.
We just didn't. Yeah. So as you know, or don't know, I'm not sure yet, but I'm Crystal. And
I'm Melissa.
And today we are going to talk to you about one of our new favorite shows. Well, not new favorite shows, our old favorite shows. The Big Brother Canada show for season 9. And we figure, why the fuck not?
Why fucking not?
Fucking not. We'll get it at some point.
So just a heads up before we get into it, we are going to talk about episodes 1 and 2. So if you have not watched these episodes yet, turn off the podcast and go watch them. Or maybe you like spoilers. Yeah, exactly. So spoiler alert. I will start off with a little confession, and I think Crystal knows this. This is my first time watching the Canadian season. Don't turn off the podcast. Don't turn off the podcast. I'm a Big Brother fan. And I don't know why I didn't really get into it, because I've been watching Big Brother since I was I want to say 12, at the season 2 of the American show I started. And when Big Brother Canada came out, I was pumped. And whatever happened the first year, I just never ended up watching it. I don't know if it's the time of year or what. This is the first time. There was one year where I was going to watch.
I'm shocked and appalled.
You didn't know? I thought you knew. So there was one year when I was going to watch, but I actually had auditioned for Big Brother Canada that year, and they didn't pick me. So I didn't watch out of protest.
I was petty. Gotcha.
I was petty. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just didn't make the time for it. But I'm actually really pumped. I'm 2 episodes in, and I cannot wait to see tonight.
Legit, I have a kid knocking at the door.
I guess we can let them in. Do you want me to pause? I'll pause. So for anybody listening, you're not going to hear much of a difference, but I'm going to pause. And we're back. So Crystal had a little printer ink crisis.
Apparently, there's always a crisis with the printer. Anyway.
So guys, we are recording from home via Zoom, and both of our husbands are at work right now, and both of us are working from home with children. So for anybody watching on YouTube, I've got my handy dandy baby monitor here because we schedule this around her nap time. Crystal's kids are a little bit older, so she can tell them to go sit and then knock every 10 minutes on the door instead of every 5.
Yeah.
It's a challenge.
Look at the clock. You can't come in yet. Anyway. Yeah. So I did not know that. I remember you boycotting that season. I do recall that, but I didn't realize that this was your first time ever watching the Canadian version. So I've
always had intentions, but I've just been such a streamer. I've been so Netflix now. And to be honest, to be fair, Big Brother US is the only thing I probably watch weekly when it's actually on TV.
Yeah.
So anyway, until now it's Big Brother Canada, and I'm actually pumped about it. So.
And that's funny to me because I didn't start watching Big Brother at all until the Canadian version came out.
See, and now we both love both versions.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It was so funny because when this one first came on, the first season, Jason was like, "Oh, well, let's just watch it. It's Canadian." And I'm like, "Really? Seriously? We're going to watch reality TV? This is stupid."
I think I remember arguing with you back in the day and being like, but it's not. It's the best reality TV. It's not fake reality TV. It's so good. And Drew still doesn't watch either with me. He just doesn't have time for shows.
Yeah, no, now we're both just sucked in. It's awful.
I told Drew, I'm like, one day I will be on the show and then you'll have to watch it. But his response was, I still won't. And when you come home, your bags will be packed on the street, because I am not staying around for 3 months while you go party it up in a house and I have to pay all the bills. So we'll figure something out when the time comes.
Fine.
He'll get over it.
Yeah.
Anywho, let's dive in. So what did you think about the new twist, this team?
I'm actually kind of pumped about it. I'm thinking that it's kind of cool for them to do that, especially when like they had no idea. So of course some people were going in there already right from the get-go and forming alliances, and then all of a sudden they're on different teams, and I'm just like,
throws your whole game plan out the window, because when you
Yes.
go into the Big Brother house, you're going in with a strategy. Like so many contestants go in there like, I'm going to win because I'm going to float on by for the first however many episodes or weeks, and then start winning competitions, or I'm going to go in and I'm just going to be a beast from the start, and I'm going to have it showman. It's like they have plans moving into it on how they're going to win. And when you separate all the people and you're like, yeah, that's great, but now we're going to decide for you.
Yeah. I thought it was great. And I like that they didn't actually that they let everybody know after they all kind of entered in, and then all of a sudden they were like, oh yeah, we're gonna have team captains, and like Canada voted. Oh, PS, none of you were it.
I loved the reactions on everybody's face when they were like, meet your captains. Everybody's like, hold on, what do you mean meet my captain? Like, I don't have a chance at this right now. That was pretty cool. It was
deadly.
Side note, how in love with Tina are you? Like, I know we're going to get into who we like and who we don't like after, but I fucking love her. So excited.
Listen, like, let's be honest, every single season that there's been a newfie on there, I've rooted for the newfie. Every time.
Have you? Well, I mean, we're going to anyway.
We're going to.
It's newfie pride. Let's be real. Like, we love our own Newfoundlanders.
Exactly.
But like, I
also love her personality.
Yeah. I think she's going to go far.
I think she definitely could too. Like, she's pretty out there. I mean, she's like any of us, I guess, really. Like, your typical, that's what you expect from a newfie. It's just like
down to
having
earth.
a good time.
Making friends with everybody. Like, I think she's going to, we don't know what she's going to be like with competitions yet, but I think she is going to like probably just fly under the radar, not in a floater sense, but in a just like someone they want to have around sense, because she's easy to be around, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
And then, hopefully she can pull out some competitions. We'll have to see now tonight. First ever HOH night. But so I absolutely love that. I had, like, as the house guests were going, I was like, okay, I like this one. I like this one. I do it every season of every Big Brother. I'm like, okay, I like them. And like we had discussed earlier, usually there's someone that you hate and then they end up being your favorite. So like
sometimes
when Tina was doing her picks, sometimes when she was doing her picks, I was pretty impressed with who she picked. I was like, yeah, I would have picked this person. I would have picked him. I would have picked her. So I thought she did a really good job at picking team members, especially because she couldn't hear what they were saying.
Yeah.
Right?
And like, can you imagine? That's what I kind of thought about. I said the same thing to Jason too, because we were watching it together yesterday. And it was just like, so, you know, you're going in there and you're literally basing your opinion on these people simply based on like their body language and what they look like. You can't hear any of their talking or any of, you know what I mean? You can't even tell like what the tone of their, it is. It's full on judgment.
She made a good judgment.
It was just like a face value judgment based on nothing else except for what people look like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was kind of odd.
Right? Oh, well, thinking about it, like it's odd anyway, being in that room and picking them, like, and then you'd like, oh, I can't actually hear anything. They're walking in one by one and you're just kind of like trying to figure out, like you said, their body language and their reactions. And, you know, it's difficult. Like, you got to be able to read people really well for that.
Yeah, definitely. I think so.
Okay. So the first competition, what'd you think of that one? The sludge in the bucket.
It was like, it was a good competition. I was surprised at who won. Shocked the shit right out of me.
So when I was so I wrote her down as someone I liked. So like, I don't know if you can see it. The crosses are like people I've switched. I'm like, no, fuck that. Nope, don't like you. Same thing with the other page. It's like, yeah, like you, don't like you. So Victoria is her name, right?
Yeah.
I liked her. And then she started talking during the competition. She's like, oh, this is so hard. I was like, shut up.
Right.
But then, like, just stop. But then when she was in the diary room, she's like, well, I was doing that so people would make me like think that it was harder because it was really easy. And I wrote a note down and I was like, I didn't know her name at the time. I said, girl pretending to struggle. Why? The game is to psych other people out. Do not draw attention because it'll help. I thought it'll help other people's mental game. If I'm competing against you and I know you're going to drop soon, I'm going to get all the, like say we're doing a plank challenge and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to fall down. I'm going to be like, oh, okay, she's going to drop soon. So I'll just hang in there until she falls. and it
Right.
gives you that motivation. So that was my mentality.
Right.
I was wrong.
I was
She clearly
shocked.
knew what she was at.
Well, I don't know if her strategy was the reason why she won. I think she just was fortunate. I looked at Jason at one point and I was like, I would do the same thing, not in the sense that I was talking it up, but she was kind of like yelling and stuff. And I'm like, that's me. That's like, even me at the gym. I'm just like, if I'm trying to push out one more rep, I'm kind of loud.
Yeah. I feel that.
Right?
I definitely feel that.
But, and then he looked at me, he was just like, that would not be you, Crystal. You'd be already gone because you have terrible upper body strength. And I'm like, you know what? You're not wrong. Like,
yeah, you're like, you just wait until the end of April when this Biggest Loser challenge is over and I show you my muscles, Jason.
No, I was like, if it was a bottom, like, lower body strength situation, I was like, I would have that shit in the bag. But
I'm the opposite with that. Everybody thinks that I have like really, really strong legs because they're huge. Like they're disproportionate to the rest of my body. I've got really big legs.
Not.
They are sometimes, but I've had so many people over the years comment on my legs. Like I've had creepy guys, and I'm just going to throw it out there because it's not something you say to someone you don't know. Say to me, wow, I bet you're really strong, or how much do you squat, or, how much do you leg press? And it's fucking weird when somebody you don't know says it to you, but it's been a consistent thing that people have said to me over the years because I've got these big tree trunks. But the funny thing is, that's not muscle. That's where all of like my Sweet 16 candies and Charleston shoes go. So they just look really strong, but realistically, like I do body weight squats and body weight lunges and I am hurting. It burns immediately and I can't walk for 2 days. Yeah. Oh, wow. I have weak legs. Very weak legs. I'm working on it.
I wouldn't have thought that either, but anyway, yeah.
Because they're big. See?
Yeah.
Anyway, off topic. We kind of trailed off a little bit, guys. Sorry about that. Back to the first competition. So yeah, I was shocked that Victoria won.
Yeah, and I really thought that I was thinking, was it Jedson that I was thinking she was kind of like neck and neck with for a little while there? And then he was the one that Tina kept loading up with the toxic sludge.
Yes, because he was the strong guy.
Right.
Good strategy on her part.
It was, yep. So I was watching that, but then I was kind of like also thinking, was that really a good strategy? Because like I probably would have went the same way that Kiefer did, in the sense that I was just like, I would load everybody up.
I was like, he's so stupid. Me and you need to go on this show together because we are the opposite. So I thought that it was really stupid for him to load everybody equally, because if you load everybody equally, then you're equally dividing it all up so nobody has anything that's like overly heavy. I think first I was like, my strategy in the moment was that I would have picked the weak ones who I thought maybe were weaker, and I would have loaded them up so they would have dropped faster. Yeah. Yep. But then I thought about it. I was like, well, if you load up the weak ones, then the stronger ones are still going to hold out for longer. But I thought maybe the ones who look strong aren't as strong as you think. So I like hindsight, I would have stuck with my original strategy. I still think that Tina had a good strategy as well, but I thought Kiefer's strategy was terrible.
Right. Yeah.
It was terrible. So
no, I think that I would have done like that kind of a strategy, but like I would have picked off the weaker ones first.
Yeah.
Like the other thing that I did find, I don't know if you noticed this, but and I noticed it yesterday and I re-noticed it again today because I wasn't 100% sure. But when they said about filling up their toxic sludge, did you notice that Arissa said that they were filled up proportionately to the competitor's body weight?
Interesting. I didn't take note of that.
The first time that I've ever noticed them do that, but it was definitely a situation based on, well, as far it's like an equality and equity situation, right?
Yeah,
so like they made sure that everybody had an equitable and fair chance at it because it was proportionate to your body weight, basically.
Yes.
So it's like
they're not just stacking the deck so the big strong men win.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
And so that the weaker people now, so that was interesting because they've never done that before. right?
Yeah,
And they don't
I'm
do that
happy
on
they
the
did.
American version. They do it on they did it this time though. I was actually shocked by it, right?
Interesting. So everybody had a fair chance.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, kind of, because then you could get into that. That's like a whole full episode of arguments, because then you could also get into the other side of it where it's like, okay, that's great. It's based on your body weight. But what if you are a stronger person? Like, what if you just work, you have better upper body strength or whatever? So, like you can actually, you're smaller than this big guy here next to you, but you can actually lift more than him. Is it really fair? Yeah. So
that's
it
the question, right?
It's a back and forth. I don't know if I agree or disagree. I think I'm just going to let the producers do what they do.
Yeah. But I thought it was interesting.
But
right? I've never seen it done before.
Yeah. We should pay attention to see if they keep doing that.
Yeah.
Let's make a note. That's going to be what we watch for.
Write it down.
I think as we go, so you're okay. I'm going to let you write that note because that's really fast for me to write. But we should take talking notes of things that we're going to keep an eye out for. Yeah. To notice moving forward. Very interesting.
Yeah. So I thought that was kind of interesting because I was like, I've never seen them do that before. They've definitely never done it on the American version. But I just thought it was kind of interesting because it was like, it kind of gave everybody a fair shot. It's kind of like, I guess, just in case, because realistically, you would assume that, if Jason and I were standing up, he's got better upper body strength. He's heavier than I am. There's a likelihood that he could, possibly withstand something for a longer period if we were both using the same weight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
it makes sense.
I guess they were trying to eliminate any unfair advantages, but who's to say?
Yeah. I don't know if I'm for or against. I'm impartial for that, I think.
Yeah, me too. But, I think so.
Yeah. Overall, what do you think of the season opener?
What do you mean?
The first episode.
Oh.
I don't know why I worded it like that either.
Yeah, I'm gonna be quite honest. Number one, I'm having a really Monday, and I'm like extra stupid this morning or this afternoon right now, but I've been stupid since this morning. I'll be honest with you.
I'm gonna bite my tongue.
I had a really, really stupid moment this morning at work, and it was just anyway. It gave other people a laugh, so there's that. Right. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty good. It was a pretty good episode. So you didn't base any of your opinions on people based on the first episode, hey?
I did. So I started a little bit of a list of like who I like, who I don't like. I'm thinking what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to share my screen.
Okay.
With you on participant. Okay. So I'm learning how to do this. I'm going to be such a Zoom expert. Okay. So great. You and whoever's watching us on YouTube can now see my screen. So I figured what we could do now is just run down real quickly.
Okay.
We'll call it like, let's combine both first and second episodes. Because the first episode, we did kind of get to see the house guests a little bit. We've already seen the second episode. So I think that we can kind of base our opinions on who we like and who we don't like based on everything that we've seen. So let's get into it. Okay. Let's start with our girl, Tina, and Team Destiny. So how did you feel about Tina? We kind of touched on this already.
Yeah, I already love Tina.
Yeah, I do too. I think she's great. I think she's going to go far.
Yeah, it might be the Newfie Pride. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes.
I think it's both. Like, I think it's the Newfie Pride, but I also think it's like, she seemed like, I don't know who I can compare her to that she reminds me of, but I think that she seems so far strategic, laid back, easy to get along with. Yeah. She's going to let the rest of the house kind of make enemies and let the hotheads kind of get in there and pick each other off. Right.
I suspect that she has a temper behind there somewhere.
Oh, I can't wait to see it.
I do.
You know that if that temper comes out, it's going to be like a fierce, like I don't know. I really like her. I really like her. Too. How do we feel about Austin?
I despise her.
She is in my middle column because I really wasn't into her in the first episode.
No.
Second episode with the dolls, I also didn't like her, but like just a little, I guess I'll expose myself. I did like Brayden and Julie. So for me, she was in this little alliance with them and I'm like, oh, God, she just bugs me. But at the same time, there's something there that I kind of liked. So she's in my not sure about. Yeah. I have one person who is in my don't like column. Everybody else I'm either I like or I'm not sure. So
I don't really despise her. There's just something about her that I can't put my finger on yet. And maybe, like I said, we were saying before, sometimes I don't like somebody at the beginning and then all of a sudden they turn out to be my favorite person.
Or you like somebody and then you hate them after.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
How are we about Beth?
I'm indifferent right now.
Beth, she annoys me a little.
A little, but like not enough that I don't like her.
For me, I think it's that extra perky over and above, which is funny because I'm a perky happy person. Yeah, like I think we're both perky happy people, but it's like just a tinge extra bubbly. And I'm like, okay, girl, bring it down. Just bring it down a notch, right? Kyle.
Hate him.
Really?
Yeah, so he's Kyle, like Dane 2.0 to me, and that really fucking drives me.
So I liked him in the first episode. We haven't really seen anything about him yet. So I still am in the like unknown with Kyle. But one thing I do think is pretty cool. We know that Big Brother had another contestant who they didn't bring on the show because there was a controversy. Yes. Kyle is the replacement.
That's what I wondered.
Yeah, he is. He's the replacement. So the thing about Kyle is that like, I kind of feel like he's the underdog. So I'm not sure how I feel about him as like a player yet, but I feel like he's like the underdog coming in who like wasn't picked. And then he was the backup. Right. So I do want to see him go far just because he wasn't picked for the show. And maybe that's a little bitterness from my past coming back. I don't know, but, but I think that like, I'm rooting for him. I want him to do well.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something about him that just rubs me the wrong way. And I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah, you're not liking him. Maybe he'll be one that you like in the end and I won't. I don't know.
And he very well might be. That's the thing, right? Because, like in American One, remember that year that Tyler was on it?
I liked the 2 years, the curly haired Tyler?
Yeah. Well, the first year that he was on it. I liked him, obviously, the second time because the first time I hated him.
Oh, right. See, I love him right from the start.
Oh, like right from the beginning. And then all of a sudden he was my favorite. Right. Anyway, so moving on, Tara.
Back to Canada. How's Tara? Yeah, how do you find her?
I actually like Tara.
I'm indifferent. Again, like I said, I've got like 3 that I liked. So Tara, I like, she's the mom, right?
She is, yeah.
So I do like her. I say I'm indifferent because I don't think we've seen enough of her yet.
No, but definitely.
Like in group, like the groups having discussions and stuff, I think that she's going to be a strategic player. I think that like as a mom in general, I think that she probably knows how to manipulate a little bit better. I feel like mothers need to learn how to manipulate as soon as their kids are born.
Well, and sounds bad, it's kind of, no, it's not really a manipulation even. It's just more like, well, I mean,
how to handle a situation.
Exactly. And trying to deal with different personalities. It's just something you have to do on a regular basis,
and
right?
The Big Brother house is usually full of babies. Like, a couple of weeks in, you're isolated, you're missing home, you're missing your friends and family. You like and hate half of the people. Yeah. So like, I definitely think that she's probably going to be one who's able to control certain situations.
Yeah, I think so too. She'll be able to diffuse it, I think, right?
Yes, yeah. Or sit back and just let them fucking fall into their own demise and skate on through.
Yep.
Yeah. Am I saying it right? Tyson?
Tashawn.
Fucking Tashawn. Okay, Tashawn. Yep. How do we feel about Tashawn?
Too full of himself and I don't like him.
See, I really like him.
Nope.
Liked him from the intro, wrote him down like first episode. And then the second episode when they started forming alliances, I was like, okay, yeah, I like him. I think he's going to go far and I think he's going to do well.
I don't know, man. It's just like every time, and I'm going to be honest with you, every single contestant that ever goes on Big Brother, whether it's Canada, America, whatever, I don't care. As soon as they get on there and then start showing off their abs, I'm just like, oh my God, buddy, fucking put it away. Like, seriously.
I get like that because I'm like, nobody cares. Nobody cares.
I'm like, that has nothing to do with how you're going to play Big Brother. Your abs are getting you nowhere.
But I think, well, you don't know. Maybe there's a plank competition that he might do really well. But like me and you, we've been married for like, a million years. So we look at that and it's like when it's on TV, like I look at some episodes and some shows and I'm like, okay, thanks. Appreciate it. But at the same time, it's like, we're not looking for a showman. He's a young single guy on the show in good shape. Yeah. So he's showing off his abs to be like, hey guys, look at me. But I don't get a cocky vibe from him.
I do.
Do you?
Yeah. But
Okay,
again,
we're
we're
gonna
only
have to
2
see.
episodes in. We'll see.
I really
right?
think you're gonna like them. I think that I'm gonna keep liking them. I think you're gonna like them.
I might. We'll see.
And our little Miss Winner, Victoria.
Drives me.
Dude, so I was feeling that in the first episode, but the second episode when she walked out of the shower. So
No, I can't even. I can't even. And
I
you know
felt
why?
like she was me when I was watching that.
No way. I'm sitting here and I'm just like, okay, number one, she was bubbly and whatnot. And I'm going to be honest with you. My favorite color is pink. We know this.
Mhm.
Okay. So for anybody who doesn't know, my favorite color is pink. I fucking love pink. So I thought for sure I was going to like this girl. Okay. Because she's all about the pink. And I am
Yep.
not a fan. And the second episode, when she walked out of the shower, I was just like, I'm sorry, Mrs. Nobody's that fucking stupid. Do you know what? I know for sure
I
if my
think it
vagina.
was genuine. It was
it was
genuine. It was.
It was
a
not
mistake.
genuine.
Poor
It was,
Victoria.
you know, your vagina's hanging out. Fuck right off. That's what that
But I
is.
think here's what I think about her. I think she knew it was like she was walking out of the shower. That's fine. But I
Yeah.
think she's just comfortable with her body and she forgot that the cameras were there. I don't think that she forgot other people were there. I think she was just somebody who's like, whatever, this is my body, and was just going to walk out of the shower in front of like her girlfriends. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I don't
Yeah.
think that she was forgot that she was naked in front of other people. I think she forgot that the cameras were everywhere and that she realized and was like, oh shit, like cover it up.
Honest to God, I'm just like, no.
That's
it's
why I felt like I related to her. I was like, oh yeah, that's a mistake right there.
I see. Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. No, I was just kind of like, my God.
You show
like,
off.
Get over yourself.
Yeah, no, it's too funny. So I do like her. But I can't. No, that's a lie. She's not in my who I like list. She's in my not sure list because I do find her a bit annoying. But I think that she might end up going far.
I don't know if I've like, even based on just those people so far, like, I can't tell you that I actually super despise any of them.
It's all first impressions.
It is.
I'm
still
on
first
impressions tonight. Yeah,
exactly.
I
like,
have one
ask
person
me
I despise.
in 2 weeks. Ask me, and I'll be able to say for sure.
In 2 weeks, we'll have our show prediction winners.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's hop over to Team Defender. How do we feel about Kiefer?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I love Kiefer simply because of his mullet.
I love his mullet. I think he's boring though. I don't think he's gonna go. You know what? That's a lie. He'll probably go far because he's a bit boring. He seems, I don't know, maybe it's just because he wasn't able to play or anything and he was already safe, but like he just kind of sat back. Yeah, he's like very chill. I thought he made a terrible decision in the first competition with like giving everybody equal amounts of sludge. So that kind of tipped me a little bit too. So as a person, I like him. I don't know if I'm going to like him as a player. I think he's going to be like a yawner. Hit the snooze button. Oh, I think we froze up. We did. We froze up. First time on our. That's pretty cool. Yeah. It's a milestone.
Oops.
So, we're back.
Yeah, he could be a bit of a yawn, but we'll see. I mean, anybody with a mullet got to be like somewhat party somewhere.
Gotta have at least something. Yeah. We'll see how it plays out. Mr. Braden.
Can't even.
No.
Mm-mm.
I like him.
There's like,
no, it's not different that we are on the people we like this year.
It's not even that I don't like him. Like when I listen to him, I think he's fucking hilarious. Like when he was like, the stakes are too high. And I don't even like steak. I fucking roared. I was like, that is the funniest thing. It's his facial expressions I can't take.
Yeah, he's very, very expressive. And he's expressive to like an attitude. He's got an attitude. And I think that's like what you're feeling.
Too much, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. So I do like that side of him.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to be one that two of us will eventually like too.
I think that I will like him once I get used to him. Like, you know what I mean? But I do find him very funny. I just can't look at him while he's talking.
How about Miss Julie?
I'm happy that she's gone.
I was surprised. I honestly can say I liked her. So I liked her and Braden. I liked that combination. I thought they were great. I did think that she has a big mouth. While we were watching it, I was like, I was like, no, just stop saying things, Julie. And she even said herself, she's like, why do I say things? Like, why am I still doing this? But I was genuinely surprised that she went home. I thought that she was going to be a good person to watch in the house to shake it up a little bit. I thought that she was probably somebody who, if she didn't have to have such loud opinions, we'll say, like telling everybody everything, if she could have kept some things to herself for a little bit longer, made it a few more weeks in, I think that she could have really shook up the house. I think that she would have.
I think so too. Yeah, I think she would have been a good player. I think that she played too hard, too fast.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So it makes sense that she's gone, but I was sad to see her go.
I knew she was going.
Did you?
Yeah.
How about she's gone? Yeah, no, I was shocked, genuinely shocked when she left. That's a lie. I was shocked when I saw Austin vote for her. Because then I was like, okay, she's gone. And I'm like, but I didn't understand what had happened. So I guess that's the stuff that they didn't show in the air. So we may need to start logging into some live feeds.
Oh, yeah.
For opinions.
Right.
But how about Jensen?
Indifferent.
I don't like him.
Is he the one that you don't like?
No, sorry. Indifferent, but leaning more towards I don't like. I think he seems a little bit cockier than Tyshawn.
I would agree. Yeah.
So I'm on the fence with Jensen.
Yeah.
I'm on the fence with him. We haven't seen a whole lot yet. I do like the Jensen, Tyshawn, LaToya group. I like that combination.
I do too, actually. They seem like they're going to work together really well, especially once everybody kind of combines as one.
I think they're strong.
Yeah.
I think they're definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with. And LaToya don't take no shit. She said that. So I've been back and forth. I scratched her name out and moved it around a few times because I hated the way she reacted. I hated and loved the way she reacted when Julie asked her if she had put her up for put her name in for nomination.
Right.
So when Julie asked, and LaToya was like, I'm going to the hot tub. I'm not condoning this. I'm not talking about this. My personal love was yes, that is exactly how you act to stuff that's making you feel uncomfortable. If you don't want to deal with it, fucking you go and you do you. But on a game level, I was like, I'm going to need to see a little bit more drama here, LaToya.
Right.
Could you please get mad back at Julie? Don't walk away and leave us hanging. So the entertainment side of things, I was annoyed, but on the real level, I was pretty impressed with how she handled that situation. Yeah. And then when she said after about when they had to ask the questions in the actual eviction speech, and she was so straight up with her answer. She was like, I threw your name around. And I think I put a note in my phone. She's like, everybody's name was mentioned. And if you did hear your name mentioned, you should, because it's Big Brother.
Right.
So I crossed her back into my column when she said that. Yep. And I already like her 2 alliance members. So I think that that's going to be, I think that's going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yep. How's Mr. Josh?
This is going to probably shock you. I'm not sure. I actually like Josh. And do you know why I like Josh? Because he said something in his opening comments right at the beginning. And I was yep, that's my kind of people.
Crystal?
And do you know what he said?
What?
What did he say? Do you know?
In his opening comments?
Yeah.
Something about hugging people? Was it the hugging thing?
Fuck no.
No. What was it? What did he say?
He was just he was basically if you have a problem with me, that's a you problem, not a me problem.
Oh,
and I'm fucking famous for saying that shit. I love it.
Note of that because I liked that. And that is literally the only thing I like about him. Literally the only thing in episode 2. So, the depressed, sad adult baby.
Yeah.
That act for me, slumming around the house. I'm an outcast. Nobody likes me. No, but he feels sorry. He literally said in his opening, like you said, if you don't like me, that's a you problem. And then he turned around in the house and started acting sad because nobody liked him.
Yep.
Where did the confidence go, Josh?
I know, right? So that's what I mean. I thought that I liked him at the beginning, and then all of a sudden, because I even said it out loud to the television. I was like, "There you go, Josh, you're my boy."
My notes. I literally wrote down who I don't like. Josh, he's the only person there. I don't think our personalities would click. Then further down, I wrote, Josh is so blah. And I put like 4 O's. So he's very blah. And then down further, I said, I hate adult babies. Like, you're a grown up. Act like it. I'm so passionate about this. And I'm sorry for anybody listening who needs to turn their volume down because I'm getting a little intense right now. But Josh, like, oh my God, stop whining and just fucking do something about it.
After the second episode, my note for Josh was, Josh, what the fuck?
Can't. So he is the only person now who I can say that I want to go home. Like, I would be very happy if he went home this week. So far, we know that we still have to let the rest of the week play out.
Oh, for sure.
And Rohan, how do we feel about Ro?
I don't know. I still haven't I haven't formed an opinion about him yet. Like, number one,
been on very much, right?
No, exactly. He hasn't been on very much. I think that if he's as good as at his day job as he says that he is, then he could possibly be a force to be reckoned with in this house.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really tell you though because I haven't.
So what's his day job again?
His opinion. He's recap. Like he does something in strategic something or other. I can't remember exactly. I just remember it being like strategic something or other, and I'm like, well, you'll need that.
If he's a good strategic something or other, he better do a good job.
I don't know if it was like, I can't remember if it was like strategic investments or a strategic analyst or something along those lines. Anyway, but I think it must be investments because I believe he said something about like strategic takeovers or something like that.
Right. Okay.
And
yeah.
like mergers and acquisitions and stuff.
Let's click on him. I forget that we're sharing screens.
Yeah, maybe he'll tell us.
His bio here.
Strategic partnerships manager. See?
There you go.
Yeah. See, I couldn't put all those words together. Anyway.
Okay. All right. Well, we have yet to see some stuff from him. Now, I mean, didn't he win the competition for his team? Like, not win, but he was the last one standing.
Yeah, he was the last one standing. So he obviously has some merit as a competitor physically, for sure.
Yeah. So I think he's going to be interesting to watch because he's also been like quiet. Too. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe he could be like a slow burn. You know what I mean? I don't know for sure yet.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really excited. I think that this is going to be a fantastic season. I will just throw out there that episodes Newfoundland time, people, because if you're listening to this and you're not a Newfie, we are. So we watch it during Newfoundland hours, and it's coming on tonight, Monday. So it comes on every Monday at 10:30 p.m. Newfoundland time, Tuesdays at 8:30 Newfoundland time, and Thursdays at 9:30 Newfoundland time. And Thursdays are live eviction nights.
Right.
Stop sharing your screen. Here we go. So, overall, how do you feel about the first 2 episodes?
Not bad, but I kind of feel like I'm the same way with the first couple of episodes anyway for all seasons of Big Brother, because I'm still like learning what people are like, and you don't really see a whole lot of it until like you get a couple episodes in. That's why I think it's almost a shame sometimes when they like evict people the first week right away, because you don't have enough time to even get to know them. You know what I mean?
It's like the dreaded, like it's probably the one thing that nobody wants.
Yeah.
You're like honestly, if I was going into Big Brother, that would be my one goal.
Yeah.
From the start, just don't get evicted the first week. Like that's my biggest fear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
because you never really get a chance.
Well, exactly, right? So, but it's definitely going to be interesting to play out. So we are going to meet up on Tuesday night. So just to let our listeners know, this is bonus episodes. So I've been thinking about it, and I think that we should call this our Charleston Chew.
I like it.
Right. So for anybody who listened to our first podcast or who didn't, Crystal loves Charleston Chews, and we had a little bit of an off-topic sidestep about Charleston Chews and binge eating. And anyway, I just thought it would be really funny because we're still going to have our regular Friday episodes, but then on top of our Friday episodes, we're going to have a little bonus. We'll call it like a candy bag or a Charleston Chew, where we discuss Big Brother Canada because we love this show. So Monday and Tuesday nights, we're going to watch. We're going to have a discussion Tuesday night. We're going to have a new episode for you about what we thought about the show on Wednesdays. So every Wednesday you can tune in here to listen to how we felt about Monday and Tuesday and what our predictions are for Thursday evictions.
Yes.
All right.
We'll see how that goes.
I'm very excited.
About this.
Yeah.
Right.
Good. I can't wait for tonight's episode now. All the same, 10:30 Big Brother Canada, 10:30 Newfoundland time. Come
Let's
on.
be honest. Nobody even thinks about our time zone.
I'm
I
a
actually had
mom.
somebody at work was calling me, and he was like a half an hour. He was like, where did that time zone come from? I'm like, we have our own time zone.
Yeah, we're pretty cool. So, all right. Well, other than that, do you have any predictions for who's going to win head of household?
Oh, no.
I'm going
I
to
have
go back
nothing.
and share the screen again. Let's have a look at who we think is going to win. So tonight, we don't know what the competition is. I'm just going to throw a wild guess out there. And I'm going to say Tashawn. My man Tashawn is going to win HOH tonight, first HOH.
Yeah, he could. I mean,
if he throws it, I'm going to be so pissed off.
Right?
Yeah. So this is a blind guess.
It is, yeah.
If it's Josh, I'm just fucking leaving. I'm just going to turn the TV off and walk away.
I'm going to go with Kyle, even though I'm not a fan.
Yeah, you know what? I can see that too. I'm going to say Tashawn. He's going to pull it out tonight, and we'll keep watching, and we'll keep everybody posted. So tune in tonight at 10:30 to watch the show, or if you're like me and Crystal, tomorrow morning on demand. Because
I'm not staying up that late. It's too late.
It's late, like 11:30. Who doesn't already wake up to have their first pee at 11:30? Come on. So tune in tonight at 10:30, and then tune in Wednesday on. We are working on our Spotify issue. I have figured it out, Crystal. Yes. We can talk about this after. So we will be live on Spotify. So you can tune in Wednesday on Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, Podbean, wherever you listen to your podcast. And if we're not on your station and you are watching this on YouTube, just shoot us a little message and we'll figure out how to get us on your station.
Yeah. You can send us an email, or you can connect with us in our Instagram or Facebook. Our Facebook group and Instagram are both the why fucking not? I'm going to get it at some point. The Why Fucking Not podcast. Absolutely. In both of those. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And what's our email? The Why Fucking Not?
Our email is the Why Effing Not at gmail.com. Right. So it's THEWHYFINGNOT at gmail.com.
Right.
Feel necessary to spell it out. All right, guys, that is a wrap for today. Any comments, complaints, suggestions, questions, get in touch. Requests, get in touch. And we will talk to you on Friday. Bye.
Bye.
Oh.